Thank you for joining me this morning for this short but sweet yoga flow. We will be waking up the whole body with gentle stretches and vinyasa flows. This gorgeous olive grove in the south of France is a place I often come to clear my head and take Nala for a walk. I hope you'll experience the same peace of mind I always find here, and that you'll feel positive and joyful when we are done. And now, let's flow. Let's start our practice standing at the top of the mat, rocking back and forth, feeling your weight in both of your feet, maybe making a few circles. And let's lift the hands up to the sky, slight back bend, and bend the elbows, rolling down to forward fold. You can stay here or pedal out your feet, pedal out the knees, beginning to wake up the legs. And let's roll up slowly, keeping the arms straight and extended out. Reach up to the sky, slight back bend, and then roll back down, reaching toward the mat. Let your head hang, and let's roll back up. Reach up, stretch, be as long as you can, and roll back down. Maybe walking out the knees again, or just holding in forward fold. Breathing into the hamstrings, sending more oxygen. Rolling up to standing. Let's clasp the hands together. Pointer fingers are extended. And let's lean to the right side, breathing into the left side body. And back to center. Leaning now to the left side, breathing into the right side body. And back to center. Reaching up, pointing up to the sky, and release the hands down. Let's clasp them behind the back now, extending through the elbows, reaching back, looking up to the sky, and releasing the hands, grabbing the right knee, rolling out the ankle, making circles with that foot, and then extend the leg out behind you, coming into Warrior 3. Toes are pointing to the back of the mat. Then bend the knee, reach the knee up, extend the leg out in front of you, and back again into Warrior 3. You can flow your arms here, reaching up when your knee comes up, and flowing them back behind you in Warrior 3. Keep moving, keep flowing. And on this last Warrior 3, let's step the right foot back, finding high lunge, reaching the arms up to the sky, bending into the left knee. Hold and breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, folding over the left leg, maybe rocking the hips from side to side. Pivoting the back foot now, opening up to triangle pose, shoulders are stacked, and then maybe move that top arm around in a few big circles, finding some movement in the shoulder joint, and bending into the left knee now, finding extended side angle. Your elbow can be on your knee, and let's bring both hands down to the mat. Pivot that back foot to face forward, finding a lunge. Release that back knee down, finding a lizard lunge here. Let's do a twist by lifting the left arm up to the sky. And maybe if you're feeling adventurous, bend that back knee and grab the foot with the hand. Maybe opening onto the left side of your left foot. Opening the knee, and coming back to center Hands on either side of your left foot. Let's lift them up to the sky into low lunge. Or you can place the left hand onto the back of the right knee. Finding a slight back bend here. And you can lift the back knee into a high lunge variation or just stay in low lunge. From low lunge, let's bring the hands back down to the mat. Lift the back knee. Reach up to high lunge. Feeling your legs awakening. Feeling your whole body coming to life. Bring your hands down to the mat. Bend into the front knee and lift that back leg, reaching up like our warrior three. And let's open that right hip, finding our half moon pose. Left fingertips are reaching to the mat. The back foot is flexed. Shoulders are stacked on top of each other. And from here you can either lift up straight away, finding tree pose, or bring your hands together in prayer at your chest, bend the back knee, lift the knee up to the sky, and find tree pose, standing on your left foot. Engaging every muscle in your left leg to stay balanced. Maybe focusing on a spot in front of you, and just breathe. Let's release the foot, coming into Tadasana, finding balance on both of your feet again, taking a moment to reconnect. Let's lift the left knee up to the sky now, grabbing onto the knee with the hands, rolling out the ankle, making a few circles. And releasing the leg, extending it behind you into warrior three. Lifting up, extending the leg out in front, and flowing it down and behind you into warrior three. Your hands can stay at your sides or maybe in prayer at your heart. Do whatever feels natural for you. And just move with the flow. Pause in warrior three. Step the left foot back into high lunge. Arms reach up. Bending into the right knee. And hands come down to the mat as you fold over the right leg that's extended. Pivoting the back foot open now, reaching up with the left arm into triangle and making a few circles, bringing movement into the left shoulder. And hold in triangle, reaching up with the left hand. And bend into the right knee, right elbow onto the knee, or you can bring the hand down to the mat, finding extended side angle. Reaching up and over with the left arm. And let's bring both hands onto the mat as you pivot that back foot to face forward, bringing the right foot to the right side of the mat, maybe rocking back and forth, dropping the left knee to the mat, and reaching up with the right arm to the sky in a twist. You can also bend the back knee and grab the foot. This will stretch out your quadricep. And maybe rolling open the right knee, coming onto the right side of your right foot, allowing the hip to open. And let's release the back foot. Walk the right foot into the middle of your mat. As we lift up to a low lunge, the right arm can come onto the back of the left knee, reaching up and back with the left arm. You can lift up to high lunge immediately, Or bring your hands down to the mat, lift the back knee, and then lift the hands up into high lunge. Deep inhale. Holding it at the top. And exhale. Let it all out as we bring our hands to the mat. Bend the back knee and lift the back leg up into standing splits or a modified warrior 3. Before we open to half moon, left hip is opening, and either lift up to tree pose immediately from here, or you can try to bring your hands to heart, bend the back knee, and lift up without touching the mat, bringing the left foot to the inner right thigh, holding in tree pose, rooting down through your right foot into the mat. And let's release the foot down. Finding Tadasana, reach up to the sky. Bend the elbows, hands come to heart. Finding a moment to recenter, to breathe into any muscle tension. And let's release the hands down and up. Sitting into chair pose, reaching up to the sky. And let's fold forward, extending through the knees, keeping the back straight. Let's lift up halfway and step or hop into plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Sit bones are lifting up to the sky. Let's roll forward into plank and flow it out yet again, meeting back in downward facing dog. Let's lift the right leg into three-legged dog and step the foot between the hands into a lunge pose before we pivot the back foot to a 45-degree angle, bend into the front knee and find warrior 1. Bring the hands down to the mat, step back to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Same thing on the left foot now. Lift the left leg up to the sky, step the foot between the hands, pivot the back foot to warrior 1. Hands come down, step back to plank, and flow it out. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Let's bend the knees and step or hop between the hands. Halfway lift. Folding forward. Bending the knees if you need to in order to not round the lower back. And let's sit to chair pose yet again. Saying hello to Nala and reaching up to Tadasana, hands come to heart. And you can stay here, pausing in Tadasana. Let's lift the hands up to the sky, sitting down to chair pose, folding forward, giving some pets, halfway lift. And let's step back to downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Breathe into the stretch. And bring your knees to the mat. Sitting back onto your heels. Bringing your hands behind your head. Opening the elbows out to the side. And bring them in. And slowly roll down, bringing the top of your head to the mat. And slowly roll back up to seated, opening the elbows to the sides at the top. And release the hands down. Grabbing on to your heels as you place the top of your head, the crown of your head onto the mat, and try to lift your glutes off of your heels, finding our rabbit pose, getting a nice stretch in the back. And releasing up to seated in hero's pose before we find child's pose. Releasing the forehead to the mat. Your hands can be stretched out in front of you or relaxing at your sides, reaching back. If you're reaching forward, you can come up onto your fingertips, getting more of a stretch in the shoulders. And let's roll up slowly, coming back to seated. Reach the hands up to the sky and bring them down to your heart. Thank you for practicing with me. I'll see you again soon. Namaste.